What's going on, everybody? This is your boy, Vance B.
It's Ahmad as always.
And this is the Record Report Podcast. We in the building, you know what I'm saying? It's February, you know what I'm saying? We grooving. Hope y'all doing well. Yeah, and for this episode, we're definitely going to kick it off by just talking about a couple of things. That's probably what we're gonna do for the most part, you know what I'm saying? We got some albums that we're thinking about in the near future, but right now we just gonna talk about what's been happening in the music world lately. So yeah, there's another episode of B-Sides. But let's get started with just checking on each other, just seeing how things are moving and grooving. Ahmad, how are you doing today?
Man, my son just gave me this fucking amazing prank. He just did I mean to cuss this earlier in the episode. My son did this amazing prank, and I gotta say it because we really were like about to record right when like before we hit the record button. You know, I'm gonna just go ahead and embarrass myself because Vance got to see it firsthand. He got me. It was a great prank. Apparently, we are a prank household and set my game up. So I'm talking to Vance, right? And open up my little glass bottle, about to take a little sip of water, and I just started screaming and cutting. Not screaming, cussing like, "Oh shit! What the hell? And he gave me a bottle of vinegar to drink, and I did not pay any mind because I was any other space, I would have smelled it first. But since you and I was talking and we was prepping and I'm not thinking, I'm twisting off the cap just a million times, twisting off the cap to my glass joint, talking. These were big gulps. You know what I'm saying? This is a big, this is a big,
big gulps are crazy.
It's like seven, like it's, you know what I'm saying? Like I was at 7-Eleven. I'm down here, I was parched. Okay, I was parched. You know what I'm saying? The craziest part is, I'm downstairs earlier, dozing off, trying to prep for the episode, falling asleep, watching TV, wrapping up. And he walked up to me and he put this, I said, "Who put this glass jar here with water in it?" He said, "Oh, I did that. That's for you." I'm like, "Oh man, that's nice, man." He looking out for his dad, you know what I'm saying?
That's for you. Was it in a mason jar too?
It's like a mason type. My wife got me these jars like to make juices in, so I drink water out of them too.
Yeah.
And he took it and I was drinking out of it earlier. So he took it and he filled it up and he put the cap on. I guess I'm like, oh, that's smart. He don't want it to spill. No, the cap is because he put fucking vinegar in there. And my dumbass didn't smell it. So I'm over here drinking white. I'm drinking the vinegar. I wanted to do the TV spit with it like, psh. So yeah, I'm doing great, man. I'm woken, I'm alive. All my little sleep that I had in me is gone. I just probably drank 8 ounces of vinegar.
I mean, let that mother hit your soul. You feel me?
Yeah. I don't. Does white vinegar have mother, or does apple cider vinegar?
I don't. Yeah, it's mainly apple cider vinegar.
No,
so
I don't know. I'm not well versed in white vinegars. Other than I don't know. Whenever it's for.
Nah,
damn,
I gotta.
I'm up. Nose running.
Yeah. All right. Let's see you moving and grooving. You know what I'm saying? That's fucking good to know, man. That's fucking wild because it literally happened, and I was just sitting over there like, what's going on? You good? You found some shit out?
Your reaction was hilarious.
Nah, got your ass. What you talking about?
Yeah,
got good, let's get, yeah, man. Yeah, shout out to Zay, man. Fuck yeah. Good. Just watch your back. That's the only thing that I probably tell you. You know what I'm saying? If you ever do listen to this, watch your goddamn back because this nigga coming for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna
play this for him after I get him back.
Save yourself, Zay. Save yourself. It's only going to be like this until you turn 18. It's gonna.
No, this is forever. I want smoke.
Damn.
I want the smoke.
It's forever smoke. God damn.
It's forever smoke now.
I digress. Yeah, man. We're gonna get into some of these topics and shit. I think the first thing is. We should talk about the most recent thing that happened. It was definitely the Super Bowl. That was yesterday.
Yeah.
The game was a little bit on the struggle side. You know what I'm saying? I'll say this: I played defense in high school. I played defense in lacrosse. So for me to see the Seahawks defense get a little active, that was pretty cool to see the first half. I know a lot of people got bored because it wasn't people scoring, which I get it. You know what I'm saying? But I digress. Seahawks definitely had a great defense. Offense was kind of mid on my behalf, you know what I'm saying, on my part. But they still churned it out. That was pretty cool. What did you, before we even get into like the big part, because I know we don't really talk sports like that here. Like what did you think about it, I guess the game and shit? Since
Mm,
Some people hated it.
I thought it was I'm gonna keep it. First of all, that's too much of a hot take. Let me dial it back a little bit.
Oh, you was gonna deliver hot takes and shit? Oh
I
shit.
was,
I thought you was gonna talk about where were you during the game and shit.
I was at the crib, man. It's my birthday weekend, so I was at the crib. My
Happy
birthday always falls
birthday.
in Super Bowl. Yeah, appreciate it. I don't think you get no. The game was cool. Yeah, I mean, honest, I haven't watched football since the Eagles lost. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you.
Yeah, I know. It's
I've
been
been
sad.
following. You know what I'm saying? I've been following it here and there. That's the first game I watched. It was like a boring Thursday night game. I'm happy for Seattle. Those players, Mike Mack is a great coach. The players are great. I'm happy for Sam Darnold. It was a boring game to watch. But that's a team, yo, like they earned it. They fought every way. It was nice. They got a solid defense. They knew what their identity was, and they played well. I mean, I wish it was more entertaining, but I'm sure a Chiefs fan. When I got my hair cut last year after the Eagles won, my barber was like, "Yo, that's the most boringest game I ever watched." So I can't forward to see what he says about this one.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, if they say the NFL is fixed, if it's fixed, they gotta have more entertaining Super Bowls. Cause
Yeah.
yeah, I think Drake may also look really bad the whole playoffs. They gonna try to say it's
Oh,
an
yeah.
arm injury, probably.
Yeah, yeah. He did like it's good that he was able to kind of get to where he was specifically, get to the Super Bowl, but like you could tell that he wasn't the major factor in their entire unit. You know what I'm saying? I just think for me, I just felt that because that defense was so solid and they got other teams out the way, I think that like there was any team that actually win aside from the Rams. Because originally I thought the Rams were actually gonna win that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because Matt Stafford was on a run for most of the season. So I was like, if the Rams don't get it, it's probably going to be the Seahawks because throughout the season, they had the most heated games. Of course, aside from the rivalry, but I think that Thursday night game for me showed me that, okay, like this was kind of a low key playoff game. You know what I'm saying? So I knew coming from the NFC side, whoever won that, they probably was going to win the Super Bowl. But it was kind of cool to see that they actually got their lick back. And I all puns intended after that Marshawn Lynch commercial. But it was cool to actually see them beat a team that kind of affected their identity, you know what I'm saying, for the next decade or so, you know? Because after that Super Bowl loss, they wasn't able to get back to the Super Bowl or at least, be in that top tier, you know what I'm saying, conversation. They were the following years because of the Legion of Boom, but everything kind of
Mhm.
fizzled out quickly. I digress. This ain't really a sports podcast, but it was cool to at least, get your intake because, you very informative when it comes to the football side. But we do got some
No,
music
no,
shit.
real quick, really quick, really
Oh,
quick.
oh shit. Oh shit.
This is I want to take this opportunity to shit on AI.
Oh, goddamn.
I just Googled the last 10 Super Bowl champions, and they said the Chiefs beat the Niners last year.
What?
I know that is not at all. Like, what the hell? I'm
That
looking right.
yeah.
It's on. I'm using Gemini. It's in Gemini. Gemini. I don't use Gemini, but that's what it is. It's
This
definitely
Google's
wrong.
joint, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Google AI been tripping, dog. Like they get shit right like 20% of the time, and I'm like, God damn, bro, like y'all worse than other traditional AIs. But
Yeah. The reason why I was
yeah,
looking it up because I was trying to see when was the last time an AFC team that wasn't the Chiefs won a Super Bowl, but it's 2019.
That'd be the Patriots, right?
Yep, Patriots when they beat the Rams.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
'Cause since then it's been Pat.
yeah,
Yeah, it's kinda crazy. It's even NFC has just been dominating. In the last
yeah.
9 New England or Kansas City team to win was, Denver in 2016.
Mm.
Yeah,
That defense was cold too. Yeah,
defense gets you Super Bowl. But anyway, to your point, let's talk
that's
about
all.
what do you think about the halftime show?
There you go. Yeah. I like the halftime show. I will say this. I'd had to watch it after the Super Bowl.
Mhm.
Because I missed it because I was on the way somewhere. But when I did see it, I really liked it. I liked the storytelling that was, provided throughout the 13-minute performance. I liked the celebrity performances. I think Lady
Yeah,
Gaga was kind of random. I
it's
honestly
tough.
wish that it was like you had oh my god, what's that girl's name? I know she's not like a pop star like Lady Gaga, but I
Sabrina
thought
Carpenter?
no, no, no,
Who?
no. That would have been a dope addition. You know what I'm saying? No, it's a actual No, no, no. She's not Puerto Rican, no, she's Colombian. Fuck, what is her name? She dates
Damn.
Don Toliver. She make music with Tyler, the Creator. I know I'm not tripping
Oh,
on that. Kali Uchis.
Kali
Kali
Uchis,
Uchis.
yeah. I
Yeah,
don't think
it would
she
have
has
been
the star power to for Lady
that's what I'm
Gaga though,
saying.
right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, yeah. Plus Lady Gaga did a popular song in the salsa version, which was dope. That was dope. It
Yeah.
had Ricky Martin that was there.
Hit
So it was a
record too, man. Number one record that was they redid, you know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah. Yeah. It was dope. A whole fucking marriage that was there, you know what I'm saying?
Fire.
Yeah, that was dope, you know what I'm saying? I just felt like in its entirety, it was a really good story and message all wrapped into this one performance. Compared to the other Super Bowl performances where it was like, well, Kendrick was a little bit different because he was actually saying something. It seems like compared to the other performances that happened, before these niggas showed up. Um,
Mhm.
it seems like there's more of a message that's being played, through these performances than ever. And I do like that. I also like the fact that he spent time using his track list and his performance to kind of mention all aspects of America instead of just one type. You know what I'm saying? So that was pretty cool. And then again, to see the several celebrities that showed up to actually be a part of it, whether they were, performing or just, chilling and enjoying the vibes. Like it was just there. I didn't really care about it being fully Spanish because when I was watching it, I had a translator. So that was cool. And then just too, like the music was banging. So it wasn't really any point for me to try to be like, what is he saying? Because the music in there was already jamming. So it was just a party, man. Like that shit was vibey as fuck when I watched it, man. It was definitely a dope ass performance. And just another reason why I think now, moments like the Super Bowl halftime performance is more important than ever. And I don't just mean, Super Bowl moments. I mean moments in pop culture zeitgeist. You know what I'm saying? I think the Super Bowl halftime show is a major part of that. It's been a part of that for the last quarter century or so, even more now that we're in the 2020s. But it is dope to see one people of our generation and even Gen Z now with Bad Bunny. You know what I'm saying? Kind of have their own artists to enjoy and on a big scale. And then two, it's really dope to see that they're coming with actual messages or storytelling throughout their performances. And it's happened previous years, but it only seems like it's getting bigger and bigger, the more attention that many artists that perform gets. So I digress. Performance was dope. Yeah, it was
Performance
really
was
good.
fire. The performance was fire, and I think one of the benefits of it being in Spanish, no one was a lot of the critics weren't able to dissect the messages that he had. But it was really creative how he did everything, man. A lot of love for his native land. The song that Ricky Martin was singing, I can't speak Spanish. Title's gonna be awful, but I looked it up after because people was talking about it on Twitter. But it's a song about anti-colonial song specifically around the Puerto Rican history. I think it was really powerful to use that stage to sing that song. I like that he, man, had the bodega. He had
Yeah.
all of that, the culture, and the community. He had the woman who runs the bodega in New York on
Yep.
there. He had,
Yeah.
it's beautiful, man. I think it's possible to embrace people who are embracing that culture. Like that is beautiful. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Without feeling like you missing out. Cause it's his whole message was love, man, to his credit. He didn't have to be. He could have tried to turn into a fuck ice. He didn't say fuck ice one time. No,
Yeah.
no mention of ice, no jabs,
Right.
no nothing, no mentions of Trump. His whole thing. I think that's takes a lot of a person to decide to do it that way.
Right.
And it was art, man. It was artistic. He was communicating. Even though you don't know the song, you can still feel the energy. You can see the people
Yeah.
dancing. You can see this. You know what I'm saying? I listen to his music from time to time. I don't understand his music, but you get the
Me
vibes,
neither.
man. Like
Yeah.
you get the vibes. You get the vibes, man. You feel like you in New York in the summertime.
There ain't nothing better. I'll tell you this. I don't mean to cut you off.
I love it.
There ain't nothing better than blasting Booker T in the middle of the goddamn gym. You know what I'm saying? Like he's always had like that vibe. It didn't really matter what he was actually saying. I have no clue Well, let me not say that. I do know what he's saying in some cases, but like, he moves so fast. I don't really care. He's a top chart selling artist because aside from him being entertainment, he's versatile with the sounds. That's how he's always been. And he's always been riding out for Puerto Rico and where he's from in general. And like, it's not only on the sonic aspect, it's also on just like the things that he normally do. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, like, just a dope ass artist and entertainer in general. You know what I'm saying? With him being a part of the WWE and shit. Like I remember that whole still. Like, oh my God. Like I feel like he's part of what our overall I guess he's a part of like our overall culture. And I think this was like the first time many of us acknowledged it, whether you was on the negative side or those that really appreciated what he was bringing to the Super Bowl. And it was
Facts.
just kind of cool to see that he was able to step on, the stage and actually take that motherfucker for himself and then bring Puerto Rico with him, you know what I'm saying? And bring everybody together in some ways. So that was it. Yeah, it
And
was cool.
people be people be talking about people was talking about like, oh man, NFL, what they sign up for, da da da. Like a lot of like really like uneducated takes, which is on par for the internet.
Yeah.
And I'm talking to my dad. My dad watched the game with me. He was like, "Why do they pick him?" I said, "Dad, this is one of the biggest artists in the world,
The world, yeah.
in the world." And then you get online, and I don't want to talk about that TPUSA bullshit, but you
Yeah.
get on.
You mean the
It
one that
was
nobody watched?
it was pre-recorded. It was trash. Kid, that's the biggest show Kid Rock probably has ever done since an award show in the '90s when he was trying to act like he was black. The thing that's corny is they want to be like, oh. I keep saying like, "Yo, next time they gotta pick Chris Brown or they gotta pick a country artist." Country artists do not sell internationally.
Right.
If your name is not Taylor Swift, and you could even say she does pop music now, there's no country act that's doing what the Bad Bunny does outside of the US. There's no country artist doing what Kendrick did outside of the US.
Yeah. Yeah. Not at
There's
all.
there's
Yeah.
not, man. Is that country music does not travel outside of the US. It might do some spots in Europe, but if you look up their like the most recent tours for country artists, very few of them are doing international dates, not including Canada. And I think that's a big reason why the NFL has not had a country artist there in a while. It is not the NFL is trying to position themselves as an international brand. That's why next year I think they're supposed to have like an international game every game. I think every week is supposed to be like an international game, something like they increasing it that much. They
Yeah.
got leagues in Europe, leagues in Africa. They trying to get leagues. They trying to get flagged down in South America.
Shit,
Like
they got games in Brazil now. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like they're
you're like
trying to
yeah.
expand.
Yeah, they're gonna probably do Argentina. They're probably gonna do, South America has a lot of stable countries where you can have a sporting event and get in and get out safely. And like I said, they have the Africa camps where a lot of African players who are from the US are working with the US and expanding the game over there. Same over there in Britain. So they trying to become an international brand. So to me, once they named it, I said, "Oh, that makes perfect sense. It
Yeah.
makes perfect sense." They had their first
Yeah.
Brazil game. Was the first Brazil game this year or last year?
I think it was last year because we
Last year with
played
the
in the first
Eagles.
Brazil
Yeah,
game.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, Eagles game. You know what I mean? I still got the Brazil game. Bad Bunny is massive in parts of in a lot of
I
Europe. So
mean,
Spain, Madrid,
and I know that football and wrestling don't go together, but like again, this man was already doing like he was doing WWE
WrestleMania,
shit. Yeah, he did. Right. Yeah, that's right. He did WrestleMania. You know what I'm saying? I'm
WrestleMania.
in my mind, I'm still thinking about the times that he was cutting promos, throughout the different shows. But he was on the WrestleMania stage and he
Yes,
shocked
it was.
everybody because he did so well. Now, does that really compare to football? Not really, but even somebody who's that big of a star can just
He's
go
a
to the
star.
WWE and flourish. And he's a music artist on top of all of these things. There's no reason for him to kill for him not to kill the Super Bowl performance the
He's
way
a
that he did.
star. He is
Like
a star. He's a
it's
superstar.
you can't deny a star. You can't deny international star. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And I
I thought
mean,
it was
shit.
great.
I was gonna say, luckily for us, we managed to get this star to actually perform on a big stage and be able to document it in some way. Go ahead. I know you was about.
Last point though, it is also very hip hop. You know what I'm saying? this dude is rapping in Spanish. That gotta count for
Right.
something. I know
Right.
earlier on we was talking about a little bit Bad Bunny. I was like, they had him on that list of the greatest albums ever, and I was like, I don't know about all that. But I gotta give him his credit. He's a superstar, and he is rapping. He's rapping. He's singing and rapping, which is rapping nowadays, but he's still rapping. And I
Yeah.
think hip hop culture. He's still in doing it, but in the Puerto Rican. He's not trying to be like a New York Puerto Rican. He's a Puerto Rican, and he embracing it. I think that's hip hop culture, and I think that's something that I got to give him. And he's not trying to be a black guy. Not trying to be
Yeah.
something that he's not. He's trying to be true to himself, and again, he's rapping, telling his story about his community, about his culture. That's hip hop, man. And so, in my sense, he's a hip hop star. But he probably won't say that because they try to
Yeah.
like segregate music. But
Yeah.
you know what I mean? What's different between him and Dave in
Yeah.
Britain? I mean, but he's
Yeah.
speaking English, obviously, it's the biggest difference. But he's
Right.
international. Dave sings and raps, not melodic, doesn't make the same songs as Little Buzz as him, but I'm saying international artist, a big artist. So I think that's interesting.
Yeah. I
Who you
mean,
think they're
even
gonna
with the
pick next year?
that's a good question. Before I answer that question though, I was going
Hmm.
to throw in that even though he is speaking a whole different language, the production that he chooses for a lot of his songs, aside from the songs that are specifically from his culture, you could tell that they're all rap. Like you could tell that he has that. And if you don't really believe that, you need to kind of go back through his catalog again to really recognize that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because he is a true rapper and a true form of hip hop, but just on a more international stage. I digress. That's actually a good question. You would man, who's a star that that can hit the stage like that? You know what I'm saying? Because yeah,
It's not many.
I'd be tough. Yeah, there's not a lot, especially nowadays where it's like you can easily be an enemy of the state by just saying something that the public don't fuck with online. You know what I'm saying? So that's actually tough. It would have to be a star, but it would have to be somebody that brings everybody together. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I don't know. Jay-Z took some swings, you know what I'm saying? He brought the weekend into the game, you know what I'm saying? It's also kind of cool to
Another
see.
superstar,
Yeah,
another massive, one of the biggest artists in the world.
yeah. That's tough, man. Cause I'm like, there ain't a
It's in
lot of like,
LA. It's in LA. It's not gonna be Dre and him again though.
yeah, no, not at all. Not at all. It can't be Kendrick. Kendrick already did it.
He already did it. Yeah, I know.
It can't be Drake. Drake turned down the Super Bowl.
So he claims.
Yeah. I feel like that's probably somebody down the line though. Like we might have a Drake Super Bowl. I feel like
Honestly, I think it makes sense. I would love for Dre to do a Super Bowl.
yeah. Yeah. I think if he would have did it earlier, I mean people would have, oh, I remember that one. But I think the one that the weekend was supposed to do, I think that was supposed to be Drake. But that's just my whole tepish theory. You know what I'm saying? And then number two, like I do know that he eventually like he's going to have his own. Like it's clear. Cause like he's been the pop star of the 2010s. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? Like he's the pop star. He might have been a rapper, but like when we look back in the 2010s, like he was a part of like the cultural cycle of the time. So I do think that Drake is gonna, show up on a Super Bowl set one time. I'm just throwing this out there. Travis Scott, maybe? No? Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe Travis Scott. Kanye? That would be that would be crazy. I don't even know, bro. I don't even know no more with Kanye, bro. Like
He
I
would have
feel
to
like
do. He would have to do so much apologizing between now and then.
I think
I
he
mean, he's
just
already
started.
started. He's already started.
There you go.
He's already started.
Yeah, he's
Kanye
just
doing
getting
the Super
started.
Bowl would be amazing.
Yeah.
It would be amazing. It would be the best 15-minute show we probably ever had because he is going to go all
All
out.
out. Yeah.
I just
Right.
don't see it. He might need another year or two for that one.
Shit, he might need a decade.
I think it
Way
might go
fucked
white.
up.
I don't want to this sound crazy. I think it might go white again.
Sabrina Carpenter, Taylor Swift.
Sabrina
I do
Carpenter, I don't
think
know if
that
she's big enough.
there is gonna be a pop star up there that's gonna like perform. So I'm thinking Lady Gaga, or I mean, it could be Lady Gaga. It could be Taylor Swift. You know what I'm saying? Shit. I mean, a rock band maybe. You know what I'm saying? Can't be Rage Against the Machine. They ain't taking that call. But But yeah, I don't know, man. Like the idea, Megan Thee Stallion. I don't know.
Hell no.
I don't know. I don't know if the world ready for that. I mean, that's tough, man.
Hell no.
That's
I
tough.
like Megan. I like Megan.
I do
I
too.
think
Yeah, I do too. But I get why you would say that.
I think that I think to be on that level, you gotta have a level of international stardom.
Yeah,
Like the Super Bowl does not make you a star; it just solidifies your status, if that's a word.
right. But I think that
Miley Cyrus, I think Miley Cyrus might do it. Justin Bieber,
really,
I can see
yeah,
Justin
Justin
Bieber.
Bieber's a
You
good
know what I'm
one.
saying?
Yeah.
Bieber had a big Billie Eilish. Billie Eilish could
Okay.
do it. I can see Billie
Yeah,
Eilish
Billie
doing.
Eilish.
She did not put an album out this year. I mean, last year did she? No.
She got a
I think
Grammy
Billie
for an
Eilish.
album
She did.
recently,
I don't know.
right?
That was
Yeah.
they. I don't know how they gonna give her that Grammy. That song came out 2 years ago. I think Billie Eilish would be the best pick. I mean, do not think about it. It's in LA. Yeah, I think Billie Eilish might be the best pick.
Yeah.
Save it here, folks.
Yeah.
I think they gotta go white.
Yeah. I
And
do agree.
she's hit superstar status. I think if the next album is a missile, which it probably will be because she makes really good, she know how to make, and I love her last album. I could see Billie put on an amazing show. Her SNL performances is really good. From what I see from her concerts, from the videos that I saw, it actually looked pretty good. Yeah, I wonder if it's gonna be Billie. That's my
Okay.
vote.
Okay.
I was saying Miley Cyrus at first because that's telling somebody you can do, but I think Billy might be the one.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I
Who's
can
your
agree
bet?
with that.
Who's your bet? Travis Scott. Travis Scott ain't a bad one either, though.
Yeah, I was probably gonna if he continues to do rap, which I doubt, because eventually you're gonna have to like switch it up. I would probably say Travis Scott just due to the fact that he's one of the last rap superstars that we kind of
He
have.
is. Yes. Yes.
Like
And I
he's
don't know who else we could pick as raps.
yeah,
You know?
yeah, and raps at that big that with that big of an audience. You know what I'm saying? Aside from Kanye, but I think
Yeah.
I probably go with Travis Scott. I was going because we were thinking about white artists because like I said the NFL is trying to get politically correct while they go across the entire world. I had a very crazy choice that I was thinking about. I'm
Who?
not making that choice, but I would just throw it up there just to see how the conversation goes. But I would probably say Charlie XCX.
Uh, you think she's big enough? As a solo
That's
artist, I know she got
that's
she got the band and stuff. Like, you think the solo artist?
yeah. Well, she's been a while around for a while. You know what I'm saying? As a pop star, and the biggest album that she had so far is Brat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was,
True.
but the problem is that album was also associated with a campaign that did not work in 2024.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
The
don't
album
think
was
it would
big.
be.
Album was big before that though. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it was, which in respects, it definitely was beforehand.
Yeah.
But I would probably think Charlie XCX because one, if we go back to our what we said originally about how the NFL is trying to expand internationally, what are one of the biggest places that well, not she's trying to conquer, but the NFL is trying to conquer. It's the Europe area. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if Charlie XCX is from Europe per se, but I do feel like because of the oh yeah, she is. Oh well damn. Yeah. So yeah, I'd probably think Charlie XCX will be one of them. She do have songs from more than a decade ago, but because the NFL is trying to move internationally and
Yeah.
she is a star that is more recent compared to other stars, I would throw that out there, but that's a wild choice. Or Doja Cat. You know what I'm saying? Because I think Doja Cat is kind of like she got a very mixed audience. You know what I'm saying? For better or for worse. But I do say that she has kind of crossed over to the mainstream in a few ways. You know what I'm saying? So I also would throw Doja Cat out there too. And she also knows about music. So if she was to come out, for better or for worse, because I know some people don't like her, she will probably bring out some dope people. She will probably have some dope features with her. But that's a long shot. That's a long
I
shot.
think there's not a lot of people that can do. You got to be able to do a stadium, though. I think one of their prerequisites, if I'm looking at the people who've done it the past few years, is have you done a stadium show? Because going to a stadium show versus an arena show is massively different. The 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 scale of the event, the scale of the performance, and the NFL was that times 10 because the audience is not on the field.
Yeah.
So I do think so I'm trying to think. So thinking like the past 3 people, Bad Bunny was on stadiums before this, Kendrick stadiums before this,
Yeah.
Beyonce obviously through stadiums before this, Bruno
Obviously.
Mars stadiums before this, Weekend stadiums before this, before he was picked. I'm trying to think who else. Who was before the Weekend? Was Beyonce?
It was Shakira and J-Lo, I think, right?
Yeah, yeah. I would say stadiums too, probably because they're from
Oh,
that
yeah.
90s, 2000 superstar status. So
Yeah.
they 100%, they were doing stadium tours. I do think they try to pick people who have experience. That's why I think Travis Scott's not a crazy idea because
Yeah.
Travis Scott already does stadiums at that grand. You know what I'm saying? I do think Drake is interesting because Drake does not, he's never done a stadium tour.
Yeah?
I do think he has the catalog, which I think also is crazy to think about. Like, why did he never do a stadium tour? I would love to know why he's never done a stadium tour.
Okay, I will say this. It could be the fact that he brings a lot of well, he got his own festival. He brings a lot of attention at festivals. Like like if Drake shows up on a festival headline, people are going to show up. So I also think that he got that in his bag. And this is just me speaking. This could be a long shot, but I also think that some of the choices he makes with his presentation of his performances, i.e., the spinning car that he had, like you know what I'm saying, at one of his performances, the visuals that he tried to bring, that might be a reason why he hasn't done any stadium performances. But that's just me spitballing, if I'm being quite honest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, I just think that is a different type of show, so it might require more. I would
Yeah.
love to know Drake's because Drake can do a stadium tour if he wants to.
Yeah.
I don't wanna make it seem like he cannot do a stadium. I think he
Of
chose not
course.
to do a stadium tour. Like, you know, that's one of the biggest
Yeah.
artists in the history of music. I would love to maybe it's an interview out there I can try to Google and find out. But anyway, I do think the
Here,
people
so
who are familiar with stadiums Bieber does stadiums,
yeah.
Miley does stadiums, so I do think they try to find someone with that kinda experience. What you about to say?
So here are some of the artists that are being considered according to USA Today. Like these are the
Let's
halftime show
go.
artists.
Let's go. Let's
All right.
go.
So we got, and I don't know how to read these shits, but we're just gonna say fuck it and we're just gonna do it. So Miley Cyrus is plus
Hey.
310.
Okay.
Cardi B is plus 440.
Nope.
Taylor Swift is plus 490. Yeah, I'm like Cardi B only got 2 albums. So like that's out of the question. Taylor Swift is plus 490. Lil Wayne is plus 520.
Hell no.
ASAP. Oh, really? I
Wayne
think Wayne
Wayne is not come on, son.
I think he could do it. I think he could do
Nah.
it. After seeing him perform at Roots Picnic, I do
How
think
long
you
ago was
have
that?
2 years ago. But I do think that you have to have a lot around him in order for him to perform. But if you have a band, if you have visuals around, I think he could do it. I really think that he could do it. And he's still performing. You know what I'm saying? It might not be as frequent as other bands or artists, but he is still performing. I do think that he culturally, he's a major part of the 2000s, especially in hip hop. And I just think that because he is well known as an artist across the country for better for worse, or internationally for better for worse, I do think that he would be able to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like I thought that he was shooing for the fucking Super Bowl last year. I thought that was him until Kendrick. It was announced that Kendrick was the artist, and I was like, that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Because they just had literally the biggest beef of that whole, the biggest beef of our generation of rap. But yeah, I was surprised that they didn't choose Wayne for New Orleans. But I do think that if there's anybody, if we're going to consider Drake, we might as well consider his mentor. You know what I'm saying? Or
If he
his
wants to
name be
bring them
thrown
out.
in.
If
Yeah.
he wants to I don't think them 2 are friends like they used to be, from outside observation. It
Oh, of
doesn't look like
course.
they really be I mean, we can have a whole episode about what happened to Cash Money. I don't see Wayne, bro. I don't see from what I've seen, his most recent performances were bad. The one they had on TV, I can't remember what it was for, was not a good one. He doesn't tour internationally anymore. I don't think he's gonna put on a good show. I just don't think their creativity is there for him to put on like, you know what I mean? Like, somebody might tell her what to do, but I don't think he's gonna do it. Like Kendrick was intricate and had Sam Jackson come in, and he had his whole PG Lang people be creative directors, and the same thing with Bad Bunny. He brought his team in there and was being creative, and I think there's a level of creativity that's like a star thing that comes with it. Because the NFL don't pay you, but they pay you whatever they pay for all. They cover all expenses, so they willing to go
Yeah.
as far as it needs to for the most
So
part.
they cover all the background production, all of the things that you
All
need to
that,
actually perform, but
yeah,
they don't pay you,
yep.
which makes sense
When they
because
when
you
they
eventually get
put
paid
that,
for the albums.
yeah, when GNX came out, I watched a little video about the set. They bought the GNX, which is like $100,000. I think it's like to buy a GNX is expensive as hell. They just gutted it out specifically for like the set.
Damn.
And the car don't work no more. It's just for the set. Like it was like a set piece. 'Cause they had to like
Yeah.
make changes to it. So yeah, NFL they won't pay you, but they'll write a blank check for the most part for the set. Which is why I think Kanye would be amazing there. But I don't think he's he if he wants to do it, he gotta wait a few more years. He gotta show that his apologies is real.
Yeah. Yeah.
My
Also,
money's on what's
I think he needs to drop an actual like he needs to drop another good album because it's been a while
he
since
say
he
it's
dropped
coming
it.
out. He said something coming out. That's what he said.
Right, but the question is because remember we like the thing is with Kanye is that he does shit for attention. We know that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
is he
yeah, yeah, yeah.
apologizing for attention? You know what I'm saying? Because though even when he apologized, it was around the time of the Grammys. So it's like,
Yeah.
is he doing this shit for attention for his next project, or does he actually mean this shit? Like you said, we need to give him a couple years to actually show his true
Yeah.
character. I digress. So Lil Wayne is plus 520.
That's
ASAP
crazy.
Rocky is plus 610, which is
Next
interesting.
year? I don't think so.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah, nah, not next
I
year.
think if you put an album out right now, and then he could put another album next year. Yeah, he not doing that. I just don't
Yeah.
see it. I
Me
don't see it.
neither. Me neither. If if he if he continued, I don't know, man. Like if, I don't know. Yeah, no. Cause he only dropped 3 albums and then disappeared. And he
Who?
wasn't really ASAP Rocky. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, he dropped 3 albums and then he was out of there. You know what I'm saying? Until now. So if this was a part of the run to his Super Bowl performance, it will make sense. But I don't know about now him being that guy of the decade because he took his time after Yams died to test shit out. You know what I'm saying? I digress. So now we're starting to get into the bigger chances. So Justin Bieber
yeah.
plus 790,
That's
J
not
Cole,
crazy.
yeah,
Not happening.
yeah. They wrote J Cole. J Cole is plus 88, 880 or
Nah,
880.
that's not happening. Not happening. I would not take those.
Drake is equally the same with 880.
Wow, I thought it'd be lower. I feel like Drake eyes. I think that's the perfect comeback is for Drake to land the Super Bowl, but there's a lot going on.
Yeah, he got
Really,
it.
same as Cole is crazy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I get there is an audience for J. Cole. Let's be
No,
honest.
I agree, but you got to think global superstar.
Global superstar. Yeah, that's where I'm like, I don't know.
And
Maybe Africa
yeah,
because and I'm not saying that racially. I mean like because he did perform,
nah,
not
Cole
perform
Cole
out in
was
Africa. He was
Cole 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 tours worldwide. I don't know if he do stadiums worldwide, but Cole hits the road, man. He got a solid global fan base. I do think Drake's fan base is kind of different, teetering a bit, not the same as they once were. So I'm
yeah.
interested to know what his international market is.
Yeah.
What's Billie Eilish odds?
Yeah, she's not even on the list.
That's crazy. I'm putting
Yeah.
in the potty market for her right now.
You want to know the last two?
What's the last two?
Ariana Grande
No.
a- and Harry Styles.
Harry Styles might. Harry Styles.
Yeah,
Harry Styles.
I could
His
see Harry
album comes
Styles.
out too soon. His album comes out right now.
But are there hits that grabs everybody's attention? Like, cause like,
Harry Styles. Harry
yeah,
Styles killed the Grammys when Watermelon Sugar came out.
I probably heard his music. The fucked up thing is I probably heard his music before and didn't even know. Like, oh shit,
Yeah,
this
he
this
was
nigga
he was in the band. Yeah, yo, that album he got was fire. That album, you can put that shit on, and start moving around the house.
for real. Oh,
Speaking of Grammys, what you think about the Grammys, man? Your question you said was so fire. You said, "Does the Grammys matter anymore?"
yo, I think now it does.
Now it does. Oh, hot take. Let's
I
go.
think now it does. I think now
Why?
it does because they spent so much time fucking it up the last couple of decades that now that you have a better, more acclimated committee, you could see that they're making some of the better decisions now compared to how it was in the past. You know what I'm saying? I do think that there are snubs that happen every year. Cause did Freddie Gibbs get nominated for Alfredo?
Not Alfredo 2, Alfredo 1.
Alfredo too, yeah.
Alfredo 2, no.
Okay.
I wasn't too mad at that.
Yeah. Like, but
I do think Let God Sort 'Em Out should have won.
yeah, yeah. Like albums like that. I do think that they do get snubbed occasionally, or there are snubs that still happen. But I think that the albums that should get the respect for, what they provided or what they contributed to the year, at the very least, they get the Grammy nod. You know what I'm saying? And then some of the choices that has happened in the past, again, we wish that they kind of go in our favor or the people's favor. But for the most part, some of the choices that they made sense. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
There weren't any crazy choices that made people go crazy. Like, why did you choose that? There were no Macklemore kind of, choices that were made for
Yeah.
specific albums.
I
And
think
they're
that's when
not
they really
made.
messed it up.
Yeah. Yeah. It was broken.
They really messed it up. Yeah, they
Yeah.
really messed it up. Because you could say in the '70s and '80s, they kinda got a lot of those right. Even in the '90s, because they got Lil Lauryn Hill right. They still missed a lot of other ones in between, but Mike Wright, they got Roberta Flack. Roberta Flack won Record of the Year twice, back to back. Roberta Flack was killing it back in the '70s when she was getting her Grammy, so there is some people who was they often overlooked. I think the issue that I had in recent years was, like, they weighted radio hip hop too much over all hip hop, like the Macklemore joint,
Yeah.
like, you're not telling me Macklemore is better than, Pimp a Butterfly. The fuck outta here.
Yeah. No,
Fuck
not at
outta
all.
here.
No,
Fuck
no, no,
out
no,
like,
no.
just
Macklemore better than Good Kid, Mad City.
it was Good Kid or Pimp a Pimp? They
Yeah, it
were
was
oh,
good. No, it was Good
hell
Kid.
no.
Yeah, it was Good
Hell
Kid.
no.
'Cause to Pimp a
Hell
Butterfly,
no.
they gave him all his flowers, especially for that
That
album.
shit was amazing. I think also I think people also discredit how Kendrick's style translates to other people. That's how his style of music just translates. I think people just don't assume that you only listen to Kendrick for you wanna be a deep thinker, but everybody listen to Kendrick. White people, black people, Hispanic people, Asian people, like, everybody listen to Kendrick. I went to his show in Philly, me and my wife, man, it was everybody there. It was
Right.
everybody
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
It was not no one. It was young, old, everything. So I think people also um, underestimate the broadness of his fan base as well.
Yeah.
What else did I like? I'm happy, Bad Bunny won for Album of the Year. I feel like he deserved that. I'm
Yeah.
happy Kendrick won for, Record of the Year with, Luther. That was great. I absolutely love the tribute for, all of them really. I like the Ozzy one with Flea and Post Malone and Slash. I like that. But I really like the Lauryn Hill, dedicated, um, uh, uh, Sarah
Tribute.
uh,
Yeah.
Layla Hathaway came out there and sang her dad's part. That was beautiful to hear Layla
Man.
Hathaway singing
Man.
the Donny. I love Donny Hathaway, man.
Yeah.
Um, and Lauren out there being the maestro, bringing people out. I know. Then closing it with "Killing Them Softly" with the Fuji mix with Wyclef Free Prize,
Yeah. Free Pass. Yeah. Rest in peace, oh my
John
God.
Forte,
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
John Forte. They had him on
I
the
was about to
screen.
say Forte Bowie. Nah, nah. Forte Bowie ain't dead. John Forte. Rest in peace,
Yeah.
John Forte.
I do
Yeah.
wish they could have did a song or 2 for Angie Stone, but I get it. They're not Angie Stone wasn't on that same level as D'Angelo and Roberta Flack, so I respect it.
Which I do wish that we do give her the credit, because even though she wasn't big in the 90s, like, she did have her time in the 2000s when she was getting appreciated as an artist. But yeah, I did
True.
find that was
I
kind
agree with that.
I also did find that it was cool that, like, we were able to, like, the world was able to kind of see what 90s, like, soul and, like, Soulquarian music was like, because
Yeah.
it felt like, even though, we talked about it on the Brown Sugar episode about how, like, this was music that was for the soul. This was music that, many of us heard throughout, our many years, our aunties and uncles playing this music, our dads and mothers playing this music. And so it was something that, people outside of the community didn't really know about. And for a long period of time, like, that whole Soulquarian era was popular when it was out there, but when it comes to the mainstream or the mainstream audience, it didn't get that same amount of love. And now it kind
Mhm.
of seemed like, with the Grammy kind of acknowledging, it, even though it's through their deaths, but they're acknowledging this level of soul. I think that's important, because we're finally documenting this era that was cool in its own niche, but now it's getting the appreciation that it deserved from the mainstream audience. Let me
Mm.
be specific, for so long, So that was really dope to see. I was surprised because first is Lauryn Hill showing up on time for some shit, so that caught me off guard. But and I'm just joking, but like to actually see these performances and like to get that level of soul and see it on a big stage like like that shit is important for people to understand the music that came out of it. And it's also just good to see that that level of music is still getting the same
Facts.
level of attention with artists
Yeah.
like Leon Thompson bringing it back. So
Yeah, people shit on the Grammys, man. I actually like the Grammys. I look forward to watching. I
I'm
love
telling
learning
you,
about new artists or
yeah,
music I didn't hear about. I love Olivia Dean. I'm happy she won. My little
yeah,
cousin was playing her. And that's how they did. They really put me on. Little cousin was playing. I said, "What's that?" And then I next, I was playing Olivia Dean. So I was happy to see her win.
yeah,
Leon Thomas got up there, performed. Alex Warren, I like some of
yeah.
his music.
He didn't win new
Uh,
artists. I thought he was shooing to win that. You know what I'm saying?
who
But
Warren?
Olivia,
Olivia
nah,
Dean, Leon, I like Leon, but I think Olivia Dean gonna be a superstar. I think
yeah,
I
that
think
makes
she's gonna
sense.
be a superstar. I think she's gonna. I think right now the British music talent is they invest early in the arts, and it shows by their ability to find people to consistently create art. Like a lot of every year, there's some one or two. I think this year was 3 British artists for best new artist. I think they definitely got a nice little system going of creating artists to with talent, man. It's pretty impressive. I like the tributes. Trevor Trevor Noah did a great job of making fun of everybody.
That's that nigga's Family Feud now, man. Like, isn't this like the
He
third?
done. He done. He said he done.
What?
6 years.
Six
Yep.
ye-
He
6 years straight, bro.
6 years. Yep.
Damn, that sucks, man. That should have been like his Family Feud, man. Like he could have just did that shit forever, man. That sucks. Oh
Yep.
man, that he
Yep.
made the Grammys fun. He's kind of one like it felt like he was a part of that era of them actually getting it right because every time you saw like Megan Thee Stallion and Beyonce on stage, this nigga's on stage too. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
them making the right decision. Kendrick Lamar is here for winning G and X or any other shit or the album before that shit, man, or Not Like Us. This
Mhm.
nigga's right there. Trevor Noah's right there. It just felt like he was a big part of that, man. That kind of sucks that he's not doing it anymore. But it'll be interesting to see who actually do it now. So yeah,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
But damn, that sucks, man. I didn't know that. I didn't know this was last year. I was about to say, like, that nigga is Steve Harvey and the Grammys is that nigga's winner Family Feud now. Yeah, I do like a lot of the choices that are made here. Once again, even the nominees are different too. Like I'm looking at Best Dance Electronic Recording. Tame Impala won it, but Disclosure and Anderson .Paak was nominated. Fred again, Skepta, and Black Boy Max
I
was
like that.
select.
That's a great.
Yeah,
Yeah. I like
K
that.
Tronada, Skrillex. You know what I'm saying? Then you the best album. FKA Twigs won a Grammy,
She
which
did. Yeah,
is
I saw that.
which is surprising because like when you back in the 2010s, when you first saw her like really hit the scene, and I'm not even talking about on the mainstream stage. I'm talking about like in the blog era when she was
Mhm.
like kind of growing in that first album, you would never expect it, but you know what I'm saying? Now she's finally getting her flowers. You got Lady Gaga. Well, she did she win a Grammy before? I don't know. I don't know.
Oh yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not
Absolutely.
crazy. Yeah.
Oh yeah. 100%.
Yeah, man. I like Turnstile. They're nominated. You know what I'm
They
saying?
won. They
That
won.
well, they didn't
Rock
win Best
album.
Rock Song.
They
Oh
won rock
yeah.
album though.
Yeah, you're right.
They
Best
won
Rock
rock album.
Album.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm a happy man. Baltimore. I'm happy.
Bro, I
That was
love this
fire.
shit, bro.
That
And
was
I'm looking
fire.
at some of the best rap performances too. They did win Clips did win a Grammy, so that was pretty cool. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, shouldn't beat myself.
Cardi B, despite how some people may feel about the album, definitely was nominated. Kendrick was nominated twice. And then they got a Tyler the Creator and Tizo touchdown jump. Like, yeah, man, I'm digging this. I'm digging what the Grammys are doing now, man, because they're actually acknowledging those artists that are really putting work in. You know what I'm saying? Now, are they winning? That could be another conversation, but it does seem like they're actually getting it right this time, which is why I'm like, even though I understand why people feel like the Grammys don't really matter, I think it matters more now because now we're actually getting a more accurate look at, what is considered critically good as well as commercially good, or who's both commercially and culturally meeting that standard of excellence. And for a while, we didn't really get that with the Grammys. We always got what was manufactured or what was considered good by a certain audience. So yeah, man, I think there is progress to be made when it comes to the Grammys, but I do think that progress has been made compared to how it was even in 2013, 2014.
Yeah, and also it's a white award show, and I
Right.
mean, we can only take it for so much granted. And yeah, they might have. I think they made some improvements, but I mean, we got to also make sure that they don't remember that they don't dictate.
What's good?
They don't dictate what's good, what's
Yeah.
cool, or
Right.
what I'm saying. Like Rock Marciano might never win a Grammy, but
Right.
he's one of the best rappers breathing.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's Alchemist might actually he might I think he won a Grammy. But yeah, there's other people out there who makes amazing hip hop, contribute hip hop culture in a million different ways that
Yeah.
might not win a Grammy too. Like I love Glorilla's album. I think she should have won something.
Yeah. She should have walked away with something.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it would have been, but I felt like she should have won something too. I feel like her album was really good. It
Also,
was growth, yeah.
I also don't think they nominated 2 Chains and Larry June for any songs. I
Yeah,
don't think
that's
they.
fine. That's fine. I think that's fine. I get it. It came out early in the year too. That's
Yeah,
fine. It is
yeah,
what it
it
is.
was kind of forgotten. Yeah, yeah,
Anyway, what else
yeah.
we got on the docket, man? You had something else you said earlier. I can't
I know
remember.
we got some other shit. All right, but I'm pretty sure some of the
J.
topics will
Cole.
be.
J. Cole. We did Super Bowl. We did Grammy. We gotta do Cole, man. We
We
gotta
gotta
wrap
talk
it up
about
for the Cole.
Cole.
Man. I don't know how much time we got. How long we? Oh yeah, yeah. Let's make Cole the last piece.
Oh, okay. Well, we got other ones too, but yeah, we could definitely talk about. We could talk
We
about
an
Cole.
hour in. I don't know how much time we got.
I know we could
Cole,
just fire
man.
them all later.
Cole, man. What you think about the album?
So far, I'm listening to it. I didn't listen the first day because I know everybody want to have their fucking takes the first fucking day after the first fucking hour of them listening. I didn't want
Yeah,
to
I
do
know,
that.
man. I know,
Yeah,
man. It's
I
crazy.
listen. I'm hot take. I think that's the dumb. I get it. You want to be first, but I honestly think that's the dumbest fucking take that you can have after listening to an album for an hour. Like if you're consuming music like that and you're just doing it for the fucking clout, that shit don't really matter because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about if you haven't taken time to consume it in different forms of your life. You know what I'm saying? That's when we really nurture what we're getting with an album. I digress though. So far, I've been listening to it. It feels kind of long for me because it is
Mhm.
24 tracks. There are some songs that so far I was like, nah, fuck that. The first song with Future is one of them because I didn't know J. Cole was going to use Future in that way. So that kind of caught me off guard. I do like the track with Future and Tim's. And I also like the fact that he's implementing many of the artists or many of the features in different ways, which is pretty
Mhm.
cool. They're not, it feels like he brought them in, but they're not necessarily in the normal sound that makes them great, if you know what I mean. So, like for Tim's, you know what I'm saying? She's associated with Afro beats, but the beat that she's singing over it feels more like jazz or just slow melodic jazz than anything. And then Future, like I said, like he's using him in a way different way. Like I thought
Yeah, I
Future
thought that
was
was
gonna come in
cool.
with the bass and shit. Like, nah, this nigga over jazz beats and he's singing and shit. Like I was not expecting that. Even with Burner Boy, like Burner Boy's not rapping over or singing over Afro beats. He's using a lot of artists in different ways, like instruments. And I've heard many artists be used in this way, but I haven't felt this kind of way since I heard Tyler the Creator's Igor because he got so experimental with the way that he blended people's beats, especially with the production that he was using, compared to this album where it's a little bit more based in hip hop, but the way that he's doing it with these artists is so unique. And I guess that's what's making me like this album as I listen. Also, like the song they did with PD Pablo, a little bit more
Yeah, I love
simple.
that song.
Yeah, it's a little bit more simple, but like the bass is there, the energy is there, and where he put PD Pablo within the chorus, that shit was fire. It wasn't a lot, but it also wasn't a little. He put him in the most important part of the song for people to remember. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that's PD Pablo. But then at the same time, he doesn't make his feature so long that it's like, all right, PD Pablo, get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? So So far, I'm liking it. It does feel a little bit long. Some of the tracks feel a little bit long, but I do think that so far I'm enjoying it. I'm not gonna say it's a classic or anything like that.
Mhm.
And if this is his final album, I think more listens will let me know whether this was a failure or a success.
Yeah.
But so far, I'm enjoying what I'm listening to despite the flaws that it has.
Man, you said a lot. The Future thing, man, that second one, the Bunts Road Street Blues, whatever it's called,
Yeah.
that song is produced by Alchemist. So he put Future and Tim's
Really?
over Alchemist beat. I thought that was really cool. I'm looking at the
What?
track listing right now. Yeah, the rest of the production seems to be more in-house, people he worked with for a long time, like T Minus, Omen, people with vinyls, Boy Wonder, people that he worked with in the past, kind of like, and but it seems to be Alchemist was the only one like I think that really stood out that he didn't work with in the past. Jake One, I think he did Jake One before. I like that. I thought it started off really strong. I really enjoyed that. Starting off was really good. I want to say it. I know people. Someone else said the same thing you said about it feels kind of long. I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that's how Cole makes his albums, and I actually kind of miss that. I don't like too many 2-minute songs, even though he got a couple 2-minute songs on here.
Yeah.
I love that he gives you some 4-minute songs where he's like, I'm giving you 3 verses because I got to get this entire idea out there
Yeah.
just for the concept to flow. Sometimes it's hard to do that with 2 verses all the time.
Right.
That's one thing Freddie Gibbs kind of killed me with that album he had, the Green album, which I absolutely love. Song this song shit is too short.
That was the horror one, right? The horror themed one?
Yeah, he got like 2 tracks going. He got a couple tracks going, really. He got the Alfredo track, he got the Mad Lib track, where it's like that's like the creative thing where they kinda stay with that theme. So that one, he got the Mafia theme, Alfredo, and then he got the what's the casino one called with the bunny? 777?
A Lucky 7. It's like a
Lucky
little
whatever.
dirty
That one,
rabbit, something
and
like that,
then
yeah.
yeah, the Rabbit joint, and then the green one, those 2 kinda like on that same track
Cocaine
together. But
Rabbit.
anyway.
That's the character. Cocaine
Something like
Rabbit.
that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He had that. I thought Gibbs is fire for just having that creating a fire. What about to say? I love that. My only couple issues. Some of these songs I just didn't like. Couple joints I was like, it wasn't that many. Maybe like two on this one, something like that. Nothing that crazy. Nothing I really didn't throw it off. If you include the bonus tracks, it's probably like 1 or 2 on each. So it's probably not that many. My issue with Cole was with this album I'm listening to it, and I'm playing it a lot, and I love it. I've been playing a lot of these songs. Cole' ability to evoke emotion is tough, 'cause just so I'm telling the stories. His storytelling is amazing on here too. He's
Yeah.
rapping backwards, storytelling backwards. He's giving you his own little science of what ifs, like the Biggie and Tupac song, which people don't like, but I'm like, fuck it, let it be creative. I think he was trying to be creative. My concern with all of it though was if the thing is this is your last album and you giving us the album, the first disc is you at 29 and the second disc is you at 39. Listening to that, again, the fall off. This is my last one. This is I see what he was trying to do sometimes. I feel like my issue is, and so it could change over time. He didn't execute why he's quitting. He didn't he type of, you heard listen to it too. You could be wrong. And if you listen to this, like hit us up and say, hey, no, you missing it. Listen to it. What happened I would love to know what struck a nerve at age 29 that sparked this idea, and then what is that like now at 39, executing an idea and why? He gave you songs like life sentences about how he want to settle down and be with his wife and be with his kids and da da da. And then he gave the other song "Only You." I think it was the first one. So he kind of was incorporating more like family time stuff. The first one was a little bit more about, in my opinion, he was like, you got surviving the let out and then seeing your home girl at the thing and then surviving the let out and then people talking shit coming back home. He's like, that 2-6. So rapper coming back home.
Yeah,
I
two
get
sixes.
all of
Two
that.
sixes was hard.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah,
Again, I like
that's a
most of
good
the
ass
songs I
start.
really like.
Yeah.
I love how he tied Fievel with everything. My only issue is conceptually, if the concept of this is my last album and is spanning over this essentially 2-decade period, what happened at age 29 and what happened and how's that showing up now at age 39 in reflection to affirm the idea or opposite of what happened at 29 that says, now that I'm at 29, I thought this, at 39, I'm thinking this, and this is why I'm quitting. I just feel like he didn't hit that part home, and that's why I was like, ah. Because you listen to it, maybe you got it, I didn't. I listened to it a lot. I just don't see how he closed the concept. That's why I didn't
The
like.
only thing that I recognize is that he mentioned that he had a daughter, but that could just be a part of the story that he was telling. That was
Yeah,
the main thing that I heard. I was like, okay, so you have a child now, like, and this was some of the things that you were talking about actually achieving. But
yeah,
yeah, you're absolutely right. I don't. He's still telling stories within his album, but he's telling other people's story, and he's not necessarily being clear about why this is it for him. Like, why is he leaving?
yeah. Why is he leaving? That's my
I
question. Why are you
I
leaving?
I I thought that I thought that this was gonna be a way for him to kind of explain that,
Yeah,
and so far, that's I haven't got that. The only thing, like I said, I've gotten was that the fact that, he has a like, he has a child now, you know what I'm saying? But it kinda came out of the blue. Yeah, they ki okay. Oh, well, damn, that's not even old news now, so it's like, what the fuck? Okay, well, damn, that completely takes away my theory. So far, I don't see any explanation. I just get more stories.
yeah,
And like, okay, cool. I understand that this is a part of like the whole concept of the album. You had this planned for years, maybe a decade now. But like, I like you, I do want to well, not I don't need an explanation, but it would be nice to actually hear what happened.
yeah.
But that's probably gonna be answered down the line when we look back and look at the music and like what he was able to contribute to the culture. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's good
Maybe
to
he'll
know
tell
as I
it through
listen.
visuals. Yeah. Now, I will say this. Some of his best raps I've ever heard on this tape. I think Quick Trip is some of the best J. Cole verses you might ever hear. Some of his best. He does this thing where he can have like this conversation between two people so well, man. It's such an amazing skill. He did it at the end of For Your Eyes Only. He did it on Quick Trip where he was I even people was bashing the Biggie Tupac song, but I mean,
Yeah,
it's his take on something very creative. I love her again. I like that song. I enjoy his own take on it.
that was a good story.
I'm not
Oh, wait,
complaining on
wait, wait,
somebody
wait,
trying
wait.
to their own take.
I love her again. That was the hip hop that was the
Yeah,
sample of Common.
yeah,
Okay, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, I
yeah.
heard
I
that.
like. Oh yeah, I enjoyed it. About only my biggest, and even the songs I don't like. I think if the concept was executed properly, even songs I don't like as much might make more sense or they might fit in. But look back, listen to back to 29. Other than Lonely at the Top, what is the reason and why you want to quit? I mean, Lonely at the Top might actually cover that. Just listen. I'm gonna listen to the rest of the songs again, man. I love the last song dedicated to Fayetteville, but he just, in my opinion, I don't think he closed the concept uh, well enough. I think he could, because my issue is this: and J Cole albums age well, so maybe it will sound like you said it will get better. I love For Your Eyes Only because when you listen to it and then you realize that the entire album is based on someone else's story and their own perspective, and the last song is their conversation, all the other songs feel differently when you go back and listen to it. And I think what I was hoping was at the end of the album, so when I heard Quick Trips, I was like, "Yo, that's amazing." He's met this guy at the gas station, similar to How Much a Dollar Costs that Kendrick did when he was in Africa and he saw the homeless person on the side of the person was like, his opinion, Jesus. He didn't give the religious aspect. He was just a conversational aspect of how much the person motivated me and this and that third, but that was really well executed. And it's amazing. Like I played that song so much the past few days. Quick Trip is probably one of my favorite songs off of here. Um, he getting the other song after that. I'm like, man, but I just didn't think he executed it, bro. That's my biggest criticism. I think if he closed the concept a little bit better, I think the people will hold up a little bit more. But I still like it though.
Well, as somebody that hasn't fully finished it, this is good to consider as I continue, you know,
Yeah.
before I provide my final judgment. But that
Still good though.
Yeah,
Still
yeah,
good.
they're good. There are songs here that I'm probably going to add to a playlist for sure. But I do got a question. I do think that I do want to ask, with you saying this, do you think his career is over after this album?
No,
I agree, but like I said, I
no.
can't really.
I think he'll do other stuff. I think he might fall back some. I think he gonna still try to get. I think something like Jay Z when he did it. Now I could be wrong because Cole will disappear. You not see him. So anything is possible. I hope not. I think J Cole. I think hip hop is better when people like him still make music at his age.
Very true.
Meaningful music, like even ASAP Rocky, man. I was thinking about this earlier. Both of them. This is their 15th year. plus. I'm gonna say let's say they both 15 plus years in the game from their first projects. That's amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
That's amazing.
And they managed to carve out different aspects of the business, so they're not just
Absolutely.
artists. Yeah.
That's amazing, man. It's amazing hip hop to have legacy artists like that who still have a cultural relevancy and are still trying to be creative, not just calling it in. They're not giving you they actually that's my criticism of Wayne now. I feel like Wayne is not being creative anymore. You know
Yeah,
what
I
I'm saying?
mean,
We grew up on Wayne. Now, I know it was the
yeah.
drugs, but we grew up Wayne, the shit
Yeah.
Wayne was saying growing up was fucking
Yeah.
what?
Like,
What?
that was going over your head before that was the saying, you know what I'm saying? Because you'll be like, "Damn, that was a tough bar," and then you think about it, and it's like, "Oh, shit, like, it meant this." Like, yeah, 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 I do agree. Shit, I mean, honestly, we would've had 2 Chainz if it wasn't for Wayne, if we're being honest, because like, the same style 2 Chainz had is just a different way of what Wayne was doing, despite the fact that Wayne's metaphors were a little bit a little bit more complex. I digress. I do think that it is really cool to see many of the artists from like our era, the blog era, continue to forge down this road. Now being those OGs like ASAP, you know what I'm saying? Says he's like my G's be the real are the new OGs, things of that matter.
Mhm.
We do
Mhm.
need this perspective a little bit more in music in general. You know what I'm saying? We, like there is now a new generation and I do feel like we have to find a way to die, especially in the 2010s where now, you got articles just being completely deleted. Like, I think having artists like this in the game that still comes from our age is going to be important for us to really capsule that level of music. But it's just still cool to actually see them continue to drop music and flourish. Whether it's them dropping a new album or actually hosting a festival or a fashion show for a new
Mhm.
line, like
Yeah.
those two specifically. And because you mentioned them, aside from you mentioning them, the fact that they were a part of the blog era and such a huge part of it, you know what I'm saying, and for us to watch
Yeah.
this rise. Yeah, like I do want J. Cole to continue in the industry. It don't have to be an album, you know what I'm saying? I'm not selfish to believe that he needs to just do that. But I do think
Yeah.
that him not being in the game would be a hit to the industry because, like you said, you need diversity of you need some form of versatility in rap alone. And he
I
provided a
agree.
level of versatility that Drake or Kendrick did not have. You know what I'm saying? And he was also, in some ways, a good balance between both sides because he did have pop hits, but he was also giving you some real shit with his storytelling and some of his life experiences. So, yeah, I
Yeah.
do hope
Yeah,
that
that's a
this
good
is not
point.
the case, you know?
Yeah, same here. I agree, man. I like Cole, man. Always
Yeah,
have. Piss
yeah.
me off sometimes, but I like Cole.
Yeah. I still think that the whole thing with him and not Tierra Whack. Who was that for? Was it Tierra Whack? It was him with
No, it's
No Name, yeah. Yeah. I thought that was whack, but
yeah.
like and I do think that like some J. Cole fans are annoying as shit, but at the same time, I do love the music that he brings to the table. And I understand also this motherfucker knows how to perform. Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I saw him. Yeah. Oh
I will
yeah.
forever give him that respect. Like that motherfucker knows how to perform, and he knows how to do it from a small stage to a big ass stage, and kill that shit equally. So yeah, I seen him perform 3 times, 4 times. Yeah,
Yeah, I saw him
had to
like
be.
2 or 3. Yeah, Darling Dream Tour. Saw him 2 or 3 times. I need to probably go see him again when he come around this time.
Yeah, same here.
Yo, what you listening to, man? I gotta wrap this up, man. It's later than I thought it was gonna be. What you been
Okay.
listening to? Let me go first.
No, I got everything written
You
down.
ready?
So yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. So first things first, definitely ASAP Rocky's "Don't Be Dumb."
Same.
I'm probably sure that you've been saying that you're gonna listen to it, so I'll let you explain a little bit more. But so far, for the rest of my life is like that's my jam off that
Brent
shit. That shit.
Fayez? A Brent Fayez
Yes,
song? Yeah, that's a
yes,
hit, man.
and
Is
that
that on the
fucking
radio? That should be on
beeflet.
the radio.
I wish it was. You know what I'm
That
saying? It
should be on the
makes
radio.
sense.
That's a radio song, man. That song fire.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like ASAP Rocky album. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, yeah,
I really
I fuck
enjoyed it.
with it heavy. It's clear that he has some of those influences from, the past, and he merged them
Mhm.
into this new era. And it was also
Yep.
cool to see him work with Ken Carson, who is
Mhm.
kind of like one of his coaching trees in some ways
Mhm.
with the
Mhm.
sonically, you know what I'm saying? So that's
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
cool.
ASAP got a crazy tree, man. ASAP tree is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, the people on that, you know what I mean? ASAP Ferg, Cardi,
Cardi, yeah.
a whole ASAP mob, Carson. There's a lot of people, man. It's pretty dope.
Yeah, yeah. So
That's
yeah,
pretty
I
dope.
definitely been throwing that into rotation for the most part. But the album that I've been jamming from Nicholas Lamar is called What Could, and the single that I've been jamming, to be specific, is this song called Primo 8. This album and this artist so far sounds like a modern version of what Southern music from the mid 2000s sounded like. And it's
Mm,
so fucking good. He also did work. He also made a song with Zaytoven. So once I heard that, I was like, oh yeah, it's confirmed. But like, yeah, it's a modern version of mid 2000 Southern crunk music. It's or even Southern mixtape music at that time. It's so fucking good. And the bass hit like crazy, man. So like, yeah, Nicholas Lamar, bro. I had to follow him on, online because I'm like this dude got some bangers. But the album is called What Could, and the song that kind of caught my attention from him was Prime '08. Oh, hey. Up next, you got Dave East. This track called Respectfully featuring Larry June. The song is super dope. Like Dave East and Larry June over a beat already sounds wavy, but the sample
yeah.
that's being used is Lamont Johnson, Music of the Sun. Shit is dope. Shit is fire. So the song itself, Respectfully, and Music of the Sun, that's been in rotation lately. Ari Lennox, her album Vacancy is out. I've been throwing that into rotation. You know what I'm saying? Of course, gotta throw up the DMV love. You know what I'm saying? Also, one of the people I interviewed in the past. You know what I'm saying? One of her first interviews. You know what I'm saying? Still on YouTube. Um,
Fire.
Travis Travis Scott and Don Toliver, they got a new album or new song out called Rosary. So I threw that in a rotation. Very Valentine's Day like vibes going on. You know what I'm saying? Thundercat, he dropped the 3-track EP recently called I Did This to Myself. That EP is pretty dope, and it got a little Yachty feature on there, so that was cool. And then I went back to the 2000s with Alchemist, The Cutting Room Floor Part 1. There's this dope ass song called Backwards with Mob Deep on it. So I was like, yeah, I gotta fuck with that. The Baby. I didn't know I was gonna be listening to his shit again. I mean, granted, he got some bangers, but Be More Grateful. That album
Mm,
is hard. And then also Pop that is going to be like, if it gets through the spring, it could be a summer hit. If people remember in the summer, it could be a hit. But
mm,
Peanut Butter Jelly Time is like also a fire ass song too, but it's like PBJT, something like that. That shit is fire as well. And then last but not least, October London released a new song with Snoop Dogg. It's called Make Me Wanna, but Green Lantern did a remix to it. So I threw that in the rotation as well. Other than that,
ooh.
it's just been my main three playlists. And yeah,
I'm trying to remember what I was listening to all this damn time. What have I been listening to lately? Krungbin? How you pronounce that?
Krungben, Krungben.
Krungbin. There you go. Play them, you know what I'm saying, in the morning time. Uh, well, I'm gonna play a '90s playlist, so that's probably what was in my rotation. J. Cole album. A lot of J. Cole, man. Something just I've been listening to. The ASAP Rocky album, I really enjoyed that. The Don Toliver album, I played that. I was playing what's that lady name? Yvonne Fair. Bitch is Back, Bitch is Black. It's an amazing album. It's an amazing album. I think I'm really hoping, man, Beyonce does her rock album that she influenced by Yvonne Fair, who was she was in a relationship with James Brown. She was one of his backup singers. But she go to make one of the first rock albums. It was like a woman. It was amazing. That came out in the '70s. Fire album. What else I'm listening to, man? Bossa Nova,
Okay.
just in general. Play some Bossa Nova in the crib.
Yeah.
I got some John. I bought a John Williams vinyl. That's the
What?
orchestrator guy who did the he did Jurassic Park song. He did a lot of Spielberg stuff back in the day. But I was in the thrift store and I saw this fire album cover. I just had to get it. It's a really good vinyl from the '80s. That's about it, man. I'm pretty sure it's more, but I can't even think.
Yeah. Yeah, you
Anything to
you You throw a lot of shit
what you about to
into the
say?
rotation. I was gonna say you throw a lot of shit into the rotation and you forget in that moment, you like, damn, this shit hard. I gotta tell. And then you forget, and then come back around the show. It's like, fuck, I gotta write this down. That's why I've been writing it down a little bit more. Yeah. But I digress. You was about to say something.
No, anything else to plug?
By the time this come out, the V-Day tape should be out. That is going to release on Valentine's Day. I just finished it. I
There you
just need to
go.
make a cover and just, hey, keep it locked. Right now, I'm not making, well, I'm doing quick mixes. That's the content that I'm dropping so far. I also got to drop the highlights for my SP6's Prize League. So that's coming soon. Other than that, V-Day tape, enjoy that. It's going to be on SoundCloud. Vance B underscore, and also Vance B underscore on Instagram, and 64 on X. Yeah. So just keep it locked, man. But that's the biggest thing. It's just the V-Day tape that's coming out.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. What about you? You selling anything? You doing
No,
anything?
man. Tap in, follow us, log in with us, let us know, man. We on to the next, man.
Yes, Lord.
You gotta pick an album, Vance. You gotta pick an album.
Yes. Yes. I think I know what it is too. I think I know what
All
it
right,
is.
hit me. All right, y'all. Peace. Follow, subscribe, share. Thanks for the love as always.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Peace.